Welcome to another kind of vintage Christmas treat. This one's going to be a little bit different because I thought it'd be fun to look at what the Amish would make as kind of an appetizer or a sweet treat for Christmas, and I think I found a really interesting one. And not gonna lie, I did choose it because of the name and because of what I think it's gonna look like when we cut it. But first, I wanted to show you something that I got in the mail. I was sent a really lovely Christmas gift to my P.O. box from a subscriber. Now, they wish to remain anonymous, so I'm not gonna give out their name or show the note that came with it, but they did say that I could show what I actually received in the box. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the really cute things I got. Look at how adorable this is, and they even had my name embroidered on it. This is such a cute little apron. It's got really nice pockets in the front, and it's a full-size apron. I really love those because they protect your clothes a little bit better than the half aprons. But you can see it's got nice little straps at the top and it ties in the back, and I absolutely love it. The little stripes are so cute. And then look at how beautiful that is. It is so cute. I love it. Now, this subscriber did say that tea time was some of their favorite videos that they've watched from this channel. And so when they saw this little teapot, they immediately thought of that and knew that I would love it. And they were absolutely correct. And there's actually a little saying on the back of it. Women are like tea bags. You never know how strong they are until they're put in hot water. Eleanor Roosevelt. That is so adorable. I will be wearing this so much. And I just wanted to say to that subscriber, thank you so much because that was a great surprise. I loved it, and I'm going to get lots of good use out of that apron. I love that necklace. I'll be wearing it everywhere, and it really just warmed my heart to get it, and it was just such a wonderful thing. And I'm so glad that you've enjoyed my videos. You did mention you've made lots of tasty meals and food from the videos. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm so glad that they've been helpful to you and that you've gotten lots of enjoyment out of them. And now let's go ahead and see what the Amish make for a traditional Christmas time cookie. Now, here's the cookbook we're going to be looking at today. I found this at a used bookstore, and of course, I just couldn't resist it, especially with this picture on the front, and when it said Old Order Amish, I knew it was going to be good. Now, I'll show you a little bit more of this cookbook in a little bit, but let's go ahead and first get these started. We're doing church windows, and you can see here they do this for Christmas. It's got limited ingredients, which is good, so we won't be in the kitchen for too long before we get to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these ingredients out and ready, and then we will put these together. All right, I've got our ingredients out. Now, the only thing I will be changing, I will be leaving out this optional shredded coconut. That's because Mitch absolutely hates the taste of coconut, so I don't want to ruin it for him. I'm going to leave that out, and I can take or leave coconut, so it's not really a big deal for me. Now, the other thing I found, I don't eat a lot of chocolate because of the caffeine, but I do eat sometimes little pieces of it, and even though I'll be giving away most of this, so I stay out of it, I still wanted to try it just because of the look of it, and I thought it'd be really cool for the channel. And then I also found this. So if any of you are lactose intolerant, look what I found. You may already know about this, but I did not know this was a thing. My local Publix got these in brand new last week, and I'm so excited because it's gluten-free, but it's also dairy free. So these are made of rice milk, and it acts just like milk chocolate. So we are going to be able to make these very tasty cookies out of lactose free chocolate. So that's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and get this together. These will be melted together in a pot, and then we'll be ready to do our next steps. So let's go ahead and get this going. Now, I don't actually have a double broiler, so I kind of made my own with my KitchenAid mixing bowl put into a saucepan. So I've got the chocolate and the butter in here, and it's just starting to do something, so I'm going to have to stir this really good. But first, I went ahead and measured the marshmallows out in a large bowl, and I also went ahead and chopped the pecans and got them on the cookie sheet with the wax paper ready, because I kind of have a feeling this is like Rice Krispie treats, where once everything is ready, you just need to have everything ready, or else it could be a sticky disaster. You can see here I've got it away from the edge, just like the recipe said. We've got about, about an inch from each side, and then about 2 inches from each end. So I think that's going to give us plenty of room to roll this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and babysit this, because we're going to need to constantly stir it. And when we come back together, we're going to have melted chocolate, and we're going to be ready to roll this up into actual church windows. All right, and I've got you on the overhead because it is time to pour chocolate. The butter melted in this perfectly, made it really silky, so it is ready to go. And all we gotta do is stir this melted chocolate and butter in with these marshmallows. And now we're ready to pour them on the pecans. Now I'm going to try to spread this out just a little bit, just so we get to all the corners and all the edges. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now we just got to let this sit for 5 minutes, just to kind of harden the chocolate up enough for us to be able to roll it. So after 5 minutes, we're going to come back together and we're going to attempt to do that. Now that we have a few minutes to wait, let's go ahead and take a look at this particular cookbook. Now, this author started out looking at the Michigan Old Order Amish, of which there's a very large community up there. And she says that she actually started collecting recipes and that kind of thing for what would turn out to be a newspaper column that would feature Old Order Amish recipes. And then it just kind of coalesced into this idea for the cookbook, which I think is really cool, because not only did she collect the recipes, but she also interviewed the women that gave them to her, and she puts their stories and little snippets of history and that kind of thing in all throughout this cookbook. So you have lots of really interesting things that you can read throughout this cookbook that give you a better understanding of the Old Order Amish and how they live, and the recipes that they make for their families. Now, you have lots of really good looking recipes in this cookbook, and it's something that we'll probably come back to in the channel to make something other than a dessert. I also really enjoyed this one kettle soup. I think this is going to be something fun we'll have to try out on our rocket stove when we get some warmer weather, where we can go outside and put a kettle of soup on, because that looks really good. So there's a lot of really neat things in this cookbook. There's some really good recipes that I really haven't seen in other Amish cookbooks that I think we would really enjoy trying. Now, this cookbook was put out in 2002, so I'm sure you can find it used somewhere on eBay or thrift books. Like I said, I actually found it at a used bookstore for $6. So if you are interested, I'm sure you can find it. And I think this is a very worthy addition to a cookbook collection, especially if you're into Amish and Mennonite cooking. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. It still looks pretty wet to me. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna go true to the recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to roll it, and then we'll see what happens. So we're gonna basically do it like a jelly roll. I'm pretty klutzy, so I'm having a little bit of doubt as to how well I'm gonna be able to do this, but we're gonna roll it about 3/4 of the way, and then we'll take this other part and flip it over the log, and hopefully we'll have a nice looking roll. So I guess we shouldn't put it off any longer. Let's just go ahead and try to get this done. Oh, let's see. Okay, that's still pretty wet, but okay, I'm gonna keep going and just see. Oh no! Okay, you know what? I've changed my mind. I still think that's a little too wet. I'm gonna go ahead and spread it back out. Let's just give this a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna come back and attempt it again. All right, we are at attempt number 2. We're just gonna try and go for it, because we also don't want this chocolate to set enough to where you can't roll it. So I think I'm just gonna have to quit stalling and just get on with it. Okay, so let's do this. So I do feel like it's rolling a little bit better. So maybe it did need the extra couple of minutes. But it's still pretty hard, actually. Oh my goodness. Okay, not too bad. And you can see I'm actually rolling up the wax paper that I'm not using anymore. So that's making it easier. Okay, so now, let's see. You know what? Instead of just bringing this up and over, I think I'm just going to keep going. I think I'm going to make a bigger mess if I try to do it that way. So let's just go ahead and just go all the way to the end. There we go. Oh no. Okay, well it made a log. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take scissors and I'm going to cut this off right here. And we have to leave this in the refrigerator for 2 hours to set. So I think I'm going to just leave it sealed and rolled in this. And then we'll pop it in the refrigerator, and then I will attempt to take this off after it's set. I have a feeling that if I try to take this apart now or try to take this off, we're just gonna have a big gooey mess oozing across this tray. So this whole thing here is just gonna go in the refrigerator, and we will check it in 2 hours. So sorry that was kind of a mess and kind of hard to see. But this is actually kind of difficult with melted chocolate. So we're just going to do the best we can and let it set and then see what happens.
What is this?
I think it's a mess. Okay, so I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. That came off real easy. Okay.
Oh, that ain't bad.
I say
looks weird.
it really does. I say we transfer this to the cutting board. And Mitch is going to do the honors because he's usually a little more careful with things than I am. Now, I'd say the first slice is probably not going to really show us a whole lot. I'd say about, kind of like that, like a little bit thick, but not too thick. But I'd say we're actually going to start seeing the church windows part when we get more into the middle of it.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Let's see what... Oh! That actually looks really good. So you can see the little colored marshmallows kind of make the cathedral windows, the stained glass windows look. So that actually worked out really good. It's actually a lot easier to cut, isn't it?
Yeah, ain't bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. How cute. Those are adorable. Oh, we'll do the whole log, but first let's go ahead, since we've got a couple of pieces, let's go ahead and taste test one of them and just see how that's actually, like, it looks good.
Yeah.
But is it gonna taste good? You ready?
Yeah.
Let's just dig in. It's marshmallows and chocolate. You kind of cannot go wrong with that, right? That is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're going to be giving away part of this because I'm going to have to really control myself with this one. The nuts are perfect with it. So this is really good. And the look of it is so cute. I mean, of course you could trim, kind of make it a little bit more rounder if you want to. But this is so cute. You put this on a plate and call it church windows. And I think like all your guests are going to just be gobbling this up.
I mean, until they go into like a sugar coma. Cause
I know.
It's pretty rich.
yeah, just one slice maybe per guest. That's probably all they're going to be able to handle. But it is really cute, and I'm glad we made it.
Yeah.
Because it was easier than I thought it would be, even though I had a little trouble rolling that. That's just my klutziness. Your refrigerator does most of the work. You're just kind of waiting for it to set, and then you're done. It's got very limited ingredients, not very expensive. So overall, I think for Christmas, this is a really good win, especially if you've got children. Who wouldn't love beautiful colored marshmallows, in your chocolate?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're going to love that. I think especially if you make it and you cut it while they're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let them see the reveal. The little church windows. I think that'd be really cute.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now, one thing I would recommend is going ahead and cutting it and then keeping it in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because,
chocolate's gonna melt. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna, remelt if you don't. But overall, excellent recipe.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this.
It was a lot of fun.
And as far as the cookbook, you heard my review. I'm going to definitely keep this in my collection. I'll be pulling this out and making a couple more dishes out of it for the channel because there's some other things that look really, really good, especially for the rocket stove. I really want to put that pot out there with a simmering thing of stew. I think that'd be really fun. So stay tuned for that. And we will be having another Christmas special something to serve to your guests and enjoy for everyone. So thanks for watching this one, and stay tuned for that one. We'll see you later. Bye.
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.